Hi everyone, welcome to the ArtTour International Show. Today we are in New York City and we are broadcasting from the Viviana Puelo Gallery and presenting the exhibition Sheroes, dedicated to women empowerment and the role that women have had in humanity and the development of this wonderful place that we call Earth. So this is an incredible exhibition and I invite you to listen to every artist that is going to share their message here today because it's quite amazing. For those who don't know me, my name is Viviana Puelo. I'm a curator, but I'm also an artist and writer. Well, first of all, and foremost, I want to thank the artists who made it all the way here. This exhibition is dedicated to the role that the women have had in humanity. And there's a lot of artists, female artists here, but there's also male artists. And I am so thankful and honored for each one of you dedicating your work and making us appreciate what women are. So I want the artists to present themselves because it would be great for everybody else to get to know each other.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jörg Galkateser. I'm from Southwest Germany, and I'm happy to be here today to present not only my artwork, but my late mother-in-law. She died last year, and she was one of these exceptional women nobody knew really about, but she was amazing. From time to time, you can see her on my laptop while she was singing at her 85th birthday or dancing with her son. And you can have a glimpse of this energy of this tiny little woman. She was 85 by that time. She was already a tiny little woman, shrinking a little bit, but she had strength. Not that much as Miranda had just before when we were shaking hands. She has a really strong grip. My mother-in-law didn't have that, but she was still amazing. And so Viviana gave the opportunity to present her, and there she is at her young age in the 50s, and I think you would have loved her and she would have loved you as well. The one just right behind you is a work I had to create. I felt the urge to do it approximately 4 to 5 weeks after her death, and it's representing her breaking free from the burden of life, the life she had to lead. That was very important for me to work on that piece because that was part of my way of saying goodbye to her, and at the same time it's not saying goodbye, it's still working with her.
Right.
And it's not a definite goodbye. She's present. She's present, and thanks to this piece of art, she's still present, and that was very important to do. And on the second one right over here next to me, this represents Queen Hatshepsut. She was an Egyptian queen before she became pharaoh, and she was the first and only pharaoh in Egyptian history.
Oh, wow.
Because a pharaoh could only be a man, of course.
Right.
We're living in a man's world, aren't we? So.
I'm Jody Simmons. The icons are mine. My work of these is studying strong women of history that I think we all stand on their shoulders, and I don't ever want to forget them. Sophia is the feminine aspect of the divine, holy wisdom. And this is kind of all-encompassing. This is the dawn before creation was made, and the feminine wisdom is within everything in creation, and this is all drawn out according to sacred geometry and the rules of the divine center is 1, and then from there it goes to 2 to 3 to 4, and this goes all the way up to 12. And then these are the lilies, the water lilies that go into the dark at night and then come up every day to meet the sun. And this is the tree of life, and this is the divine throne. And this whole thing is painted on gold. The whole panel is gold leaf, and it's painted on the gold because gold is a symbol of divinity, of creation transfigured. And then this is Esther, and that's a very available story. But this moment, to me, was the queen had a decision to make, whether she was going to be brave and go face the king and ask him for what she wanted or not. And it's divided into 2 spaces. The forward space is her private room where she was preparing to go meet the king. And then this is a passageway that she has to walk through that goes into an unknown future. So she's feeling fear, but she's also feeling confidence, and she's feeling uncertainty. So it's like when we have to walk through a passage where we feel in ourselves something we have to do, but we're uncertain of what the outcome is. And she said, the last thing she said was, "If I perish, I perish." And I think that's a pretty profound statement. That's that moment. Well, I have to do this, and if it costs me my life, it costs me my life. And then, of course, this is Mary Magdalene. Everybody knows that story. But I put in it, some symbols around the outside. Of course, this is death because it's a tomb. And the egg is an old myth or story of her in front of a king who didn't believe her stories, and he said, "Show me proof," and the eggs on the table turned blood red. And then this is from her window in Chartres, and this is, of course, from the legend of the Holy Grail, and this is from the legend of her crossing the Mediterranean Sea in a boat to escape persecution. So this moment is, she's been told what to do by someone that she loves, and she says, well, they're not going to believe me, but I'm going to do it anyways. And so she brought this to the tomb, and this was left at the tomb, and she said, well, here I go. And she picked up the stuff that was hers, and she set off to do what the person she loved told her to do. A lot of courage. And she's been maligned a lot. She was, a whore and whatnot, but really she's the apostle to the apostles. She's the one who was directly told.
Thank you.
Susan Obermeyer. This is kind of this dreamy, it's called Ganesh meditation. Who's the problem solver?
I love him.
Yeah. So this was sort of this idea that resolving problems could be very easy and mellow and with ease. I mean, just kind of in a almost monochromatic, not explosive way, but just very calmly. That things could be just meditated through, have a little different awareness. Oh, there is actually no problem. That simple. The wallpaper's from a mining shack I lived in, and I harvested it before it was demoed, but the paper comes from all over the world. And this one's kind of a joke in a way. It's Buddhist state of mind, because we are always thinking, in meditation you're thinking, you let it go. And so each one of these is thinking, and they're just thoughts floating around.
Yes.
Yeah, so just being mellow. And this is sort of a almost batik-looking printmaking technique where I'm using oil litho inks and then spraying soy solvent on it, and it's causing it to pool. So I just love this kind of rain or sky kind of effect. And this is just about kind of very subtle bliss and change, when you kind of are an alchemist and you're changing. you're changing your perception of reality and therefore reality by changing how you perceive it.
Yes.
And then you're an alchemist all of a sudden, because you can change the energetics of what you're creating. So that's what this is. Just this kind of very happy,
Peaceful.
quiet,
Yeah.
yeah,
Peaceful
yeah,
smile.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's an honor to be here. Thank you.
My work is oil on canvas, and these inspire me for, each one inspires me for a different reason. This one is like unity of women coming together and working collectively. Statue of Liberty in Kevlar. I like that idea because it actually works in several different ways. Because the Kevlar was invented by a woman, and so it works in that way. Plus, you could say that women are under attack, so they're wearing a bulletproof vest. And the Statue of Liberty, our liberty is in trouble, and so she has to wear the statue of the Kevlar vest as well.
Hello everybody, my name is Sahar Alford. I'm from Mobile, Alabama, very south, and I'm from Iran originally. I've been in the United States for 8 years, and my dream was to be an artist. Now I think I am. Those 3 paintings are mine. Thank you. And my hope and my goal is to paint women from different culture and background, and from now on. This is part of my universal beauty collection, and my hope and my goal is to paint as much as women around the world with different culture, their own costumes, and everything from them basically. So this one, Light as a Butterfly, is my first one in the series, and it's about my 35th birthday.
Oh.
So
Transformation.
And dance is one other thing I really love and I can express myself with. So I try to add kind of dance moves in my paintings too. So these are like basically intertwined to each other. Hopefully I can represent what I feel, and basically a story is about women from a woman. No, so.
Looking at the stars, it gets a lot. It gets my attention because everybody thought it was upside down, and I said no, she's looking at the stars.
It's kind of twist a little bit to. That was the purpose of being upside down, basically. And like I'm from Iran originally,
Okay.
and belly dancing, of course, that's one of my role model dancer, my friend, and that's her. Basically, she's my model for these paintings.
Wow, okay.
But
Well, thank you for participating.
thank you so much.
I'm Michael Victor, or MVR, and this is my work here, these 3 pieces here with the Ladies' Liberty. The work started with the Ladies' Liberty. I presented that earlier this year, and this is actually a study or a re-investigation of it. But been learning so much about doing that work, especially about the Me Too movement and ERA, I developed these pieces as well. I have 3 works. One is called, one for the ERA, it's called We Are All United Now, and one for the Me Too movement, What Don't You Understand About No, and a Lady Liberty triptych, which is a study for a larger work. And it all came very timely when I got the announcement for this, and I was inspired to present these works and develop these works for this exhibit specifically. And meanwhile, today I did a promo for the Lady Triptych work on Facebook, and it's getting amazing responsiveness for it. Okay, so actually no, for this one, and this is probably the best thing I ever did on Facebook. So, and it's for a really good cause. So I'm really proud to have all three of these here.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I'm Mary Morgan, and I'm from Fort Worth, Texas. Yes, so nice to see you, meet you. And my paintings are in the front window on the left, and I am also a teacher, an educator, and now that I'm retired, I am spending more time in my studio, which I'm grateful for. But my paintings, I really paint, and then I decide what they're about after I'm finished painting them. And these were about childbirth. My youngest is here with me, Brooke, my daughter, and three. I have 3 children, and so they're all about the celebration of life and what that means to all of us in this room. And my sculpture is about life and being born. So I hope to enjoy the rest of the show. I just walked in the door, and I'm wanting to see what the rest of you have done. So I'm going to enjoy that tonight. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name's Catherine Dutremble. I'm from Charleston, South Carolina, and I've been painting since I was 7. I can't do the math, so you can figure it out. And it doesn't really matter because it's just miles on your odometer, you know. And these are oils on canvas, and I've photographed these little girls at a wedding, and they were not happy that they had to wear the little crowns on their heads, so this is why they have the strange looks on their faces. But this is part of the way I paint is what I call a lay-in, and you put in the darks and basically sketch out the painting. And when I do a lay-in, I always feel like that it's already finished because I've said everything I want to say right here. What I call it the process, the lay-in process, where you basically sketch out your piece and put all the darks in. And if you want to put color in, you can if you want to. But as I said, as a visual artist, when I do a painting, it's not my job description to explain my work. Right. You should be able to just look at it and get a feeling or have some kind of emotion evoked by how you feel when you look at the piece, which is how I communicate with the world. And this is mixed media, discombobulated. Yes, yes. And a lot of people think it's my self-portrait. It's really not, but apparently it is. But it's mixed media, and the blue is the washing of all the things that happen in our lives. There are faces. There are 7 faces in here, but they're hard to see. And the yellow is the hair. The red is the lifeblood. The white are all the things that happen in your everyday life. The purple are the dark things. The green is the happiness. And it just expresses how I feel about life and the world. And the gold, there's gold leaf, and this is the treasure of your heart. So, thank you. But it's
the work that we have in the window.
The work in the window is the cover It's the cover of my book, which I have. I have 40 paintings and 40 poems that I wrote myself, and it is for purchase for $40, which is a pretty good deal because you get 40 different pieces of artwork right here, which. Yeah, and songs from my heart, because some of them are very dark, some of them are melancholy, and some of them are very happy, but thank you.
My name is Miranda Smith. I am a pencil artist, and this lovely exhibit that Viviana presented I'd like to thank you so much for including me in your exhibit. I am a self-taught artist, drawing since the age of 3, and it's a pleasure to be here and meet so many great artists. Thank you. This work is a pencil drawing, and it's called A Change Has Come, and it represents confidence of women and victory and courage. It is a very nice piece of work, and thank you so much for exhibiting it.
Thank you.
You're very kind to do so. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Miranda.
Estas obras tienen que ver con el Año de la Mujer, que mucha gente no sabe por qué es el Año de la Mujer. Brevemente, el Año de la Mujer es porque un grupo de empleadas en Nueva York, costureras que trabajaban por un salario muy bajo, como 200 de ellas, hicieron un paro, un strike que se llama acá, y lo que hizo el dueño fue cerrar el edificio con llave y quemarlo. Es decir, así fue tratada la mujer históricamente. Y entonces yo he tomado la idea de Mata Hari, porque Mata Hari fue algo muy similar. Ella fue ejecutada, acusada de espía. Y Mata Hari era una prostituta de lujo, eso era lo que era, que tenía relaciones con los mismos tipos que la ejecutaron. Y el tipo que aprobó la ejecución después de 50 años decía, yo no me explico cómo se ejecutó esa mujer si no tenía nada que ver. Claro, ese es un personaje de Isabel Allende que muestra también esa cosa del machismo. Al tío de ella lo asesinan, lo matan y lo mata un tipo que después se llamó Pinochet, que fue un genocida. Y todo porque siempre es como que el macho tenía que predominar y dar las órdenes. Y lamentablemente hoy, en nuestros días, sigue siendo lo mismo.
So we're here with Kathy Sansong, a teacher from Boricua College. And Kathy, what do you think about the exhibition?
I think it's fantastic. I mean, it's such a beautiful little space, and it's so colorful, and it's very important. This month we see women art, okay, and it's vibrating everywhere. The energy is from wall to wall. It's very interesting. I haven't actually seen all the art yet, so it's hard to talk about each individual piece.
So you are a choreographer, right? Yeah. Can you tell us about that?
I don't know. I've been a dancer for, maybe 50 years. And traveled the world and, choreograph and perform still and,
Exciting. Keep going.
And, most of it is Latin jazz. It's jazz and it's salsa, and I mix it. Latin jazz, we're in New York. Yeah. And,
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for bringing your students here. I'm so happy and honored that you're here.
Yeah, well, thank you for inviting me.
All right. Thanks. So I want to thank you all. This is a wonderful, wonderful exhibition. I'm so honored to represent each one of these artists. It's amazing. But I'm more honored than anything is for the work they're presenting is honoring women. As female, as a woman, as a mother, grandmother, and everything else that I could be, above everything, I am a woman. And we go through a lot of struggles, and I say that for the male identities who are here. We go through a lot of struggles. Probably, I'd say 7 out of 10 women is either molested or raped or has suffered some sort of sexual abuse, physical abuse, or emotional abuse. A lot of women go through a lot during their lifetimes. But what I love most about women is their resilience, is their strength. The fact that we keep going and the fact that we keep creating, we keep smiling, and we keep giving the best of ourselves to the next generation. So to every woman that is here, thank you so much. To my grandma who's in heaven, to our mothers who are in heaven, or mother-in-laws who are in heaven, who have given us so much to make us who we are. Thank you all. Enjoy the exhibition.